I was really uncomfortable before the game, really uncomfortable having to make the decision that we made tonight. Well, I think it was a decision I had to make based on the back of decisions made in terms of fixture planning and number of games, and that's not to bash anyone. I understand why those decisions are made with the World Cup year and everything else, but I think when you see the squad that we put out tonight, you see some of the squads on Monday, you see our situation this week, every other club there, it's probably got to a point, a breaking point now where I feel things will change, it'll have to change. Now, we've been talking about it for years and years and years, but I think the culmination, the end of this season, you know, thankfully nothing was riding on, nothing too much was riding on tonight in terms of us winning or losing and affecting other teams. And you know, Wigan and Saints sending teams on Monday what got beat. You know, there could have been relegation in play at this stage, and you know, fight for the top. So I think it's reached a sort of breaking point in that. So that said, I was really uncomfortable because these players, as great as they've done tonight and as proud as everybody is of them, they simply aren't ready for that standard. And so to produce that performance was incredible. You know, these boys are. The French Elite competition starts in October. The season starts. So these boys finished in May/June. They've been on holidays. They're back in pre-season. Some of them are just returning from holidays. And we just got together last night and put that together last night and then come across here. So for them to produce that effort tonight and not stop, I thought the scoreline was a little harsh. It was, you know, Harry Smith kept kicking all those goals and it just kept ticking over and ticking over. But there's been that many teams get beat by 60 points. 60 points in the NRL recently. You know, so for a team like that to come together and play as well as it did for a large majority of that game is super. Look, let's be honest. You know, it must have been difficult for Wigan tonight as well. I've been in that situation. You see the opposition team sheet. So Wigan, we've come to Wigan. Wigan are, you know, if not the best, they're right up there at the minute in terms of the competition, and the position shows that, and the performance against St Helens showed that. But that was not quite the same Wigan. Don't get me, you know, what was the week before. I don't want to take anything away from our group, but you know, we've gone there, and that's a tough ask for the Wigan club there as well, playing against us. But you're right, you know, it could have been a really big score, and in the past it probably would have been a big score. Those players have got a long way to go if they want to compete at that level consistently. They've had a taste of it now, they've seen it, they like it, they clearly like it, you can see that in the dressing room, but now there's a hell of a lot of work to go into it. But that game being shown here and back in France will inspire, hopefully, plenty more of the younger French players. There's 10, I think it was 10 players on debut there. Our other, you know, Josh Ringlewalt was clearly our most experienced player, the one, and then the other experienced players had 6, 7 appearances next to their name each. So yeah, it's a big effort. We've got some very good professionals now at the Dragons in particular. Some of our younger players, the ones, you know, your Paul Seguiers, your Arturo Romanos, Archie Morgs. These players are outstanding professionals there as well, and it's infectious. It's infectious. So when the younger generations see that, they start to follow that, and then it's a knock-on effect further down. So, sort of pretty excited by what could happen. France is a huge country. It's a huge country, and it's got a history of rugby league which is strong. And we need to harness that and get the bit of momentum and build that into a World Cup. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, but there's some real promising signs there for everybody involved, and hopefully the momentum continues. Even though Toulouse have got relegated, that we can still find a way to keep that momentum going.